Welcome to our adventure. Dave and I are heading down the freeway on a beautiful sunny day. We're starting a 2-week trip through quite a few different states. We're calling it our Southwest Loop. We only have about one stop today, and maybe I'll show you the campground as well. But we're currently not in Washington, we're in Oregon now. And the next stop should be pretty interesting. It's not our typical hike, but we're going to walk around and look at some interesting art. Dave and I are in Springfield, Oregon. We're here to see some murals. We're going to try to start out with maybe the official mural. Simpson murals, I should specify. We're here to see the Simpson murals. And we're going to walk around and look at as many as we can and then get back on the road. Here it is. We're going to have to cross the road to see it all in its glory because it's huge. But Matt Groening grew up in Portland, Oregon, and based a lot of the Simpsons off his own family, as well as places in Portland, Springfield, and other Oregon locations. But this is the official mural. Yeah, we'll definitely have to cross to the other side. Here is the mural from the other side of the street. It's huge. So cool. There are a lot of murals here, and they're very cool too. Excellent, Smithers. So we're just going down the alley here, and like, here's Lisa on a Unipeg. Unicorn Pegasus. This is so cool. Harder to see this guy hiding behind the truck. Let's see how much of him there is. Oh, there's a lot of him. All of him. This is a really fun town. I wish we were actually spending more time here, just kind of hanging out and exploring. There's just a lot of different murals. There's the Simpsons. There's a lot of art galleries and little neat shops. We're gonna go across this way. We're here on a Saturday and it's not too bad. Maggie Simpson. Bart's mugshot. And there's more stuff over here. There's Godzilla. This is just awesome. Oh, look at this. Donut Homer. Bart and Milhouse. This is so cool. And we're just like wandering down the alley. Oh, it's Mo! All right. That's so cool. Okay, I think we've done all the walking around. We've got to get to our campground, but goodbye, Simpsons. It's been a pleasure. I definitely think I want to come back here and spend more time in this cool little artsy town. It's time for bed. We are here at Emigrant Lake Campground. And it's full of oak trees. It's actually on a hill, and you can't really see the lake through there. A little bit, maybe. Kind of see the lake. Maybe we'll get a better look. I don't know if any of the other camp areas are flatter, but this hillside is we got one of the G spots here. Day one is in the books. Well, it was a cold night, but very peaceful, and it's another beautiful day, although it's still pretty cold. We are heading out. We're going to be going to towards Mono Lake. I don't know if we get all the way there today, but this is a really nice campground. Not only the lake, but the oak forest, and it's just full of like scrub jays, acorn woodpeckers, and I saw some little bluebird earlier. Just a really nice place for birding. We've stopped at Burney Falls. Frodo and other dogs are only allowed at the overlook at the top, so we might let him take a little nap in the car while we do the 0.3 to the base. We're just gonna see what we can see from the overlook here. Isn't that something? 129 feet, and it's just so wide. That's just gorgeous. Definitely worth the stop. It's only 75 feet to this overlook from the parking lot. Okay, Dave took Frodo to the car and I couldn't resist. I'm definitely gonna go down and see this thing from the base. A third of a mile is just too small of a walk to resist, even though it is going to be up, up, up on the way back. Not to the bottom yet. Look at that. Wow. Well, for those of you that want a beautiful view of the full falls from the bottom, but don't want to go the full third of a mile down, which really isn't that bad, but it is a slope. At point 2, you also get an excellent view of the falls. That's as far as I went. This was kind of an unscheduled stop on this trip, and the first 2 days of this road trip are the longest drive days, so we got to hit the road. Plus it was starting to rain, so I thoroughly enjoyed this place. There is a campground here at the state park as well. So on we go to the next beautiful stop.
Springtime in the Sierras.
Yep. Night number 2, we're just off of Highway 395 at a little Forest Service campground called Chris Flat Campground. I'll show you the campsite in a minute, but this river is really pretty here. I have an America the Beautiful pass, so the fee is $14, and they have a pit toilet and a dumpster, which is really nice. Actually running water, but I don't think it's potable. Good morning on day 3. So I said I'd show our campsite. We're in number 5, and I forgot last night, so here it is in the morning. The birds are singing, and we are just gonna make our coffee and head out. Next stop should be Mono Lake. So this is a marker to Dogtown, 1857. It was one of the first major gold rushes on the eastern slope of the Sierra Nevada. And there is what I read, it was described as a heavily abandoned town here. And I think maybe I can see some things across the way. And you can see there's a stream, so we're not gonna be getting across it today to explore. But I might go down this little dirt road a little, and then I'll zoom in with my camera to check out. I think you can see some obvious structures of rock piled up, like right there. Looks like a nice little beaver area. A lot of ducks in here. And a kingfisher. It is 35 degrees out right now. So there's the snowy mountains peeking over the top of this hill. Beautiful area. We're just south of Bridgeport on 395.
All the little rock formations that we're seeing were called diggins by the locals when the gold rush was going on.
Where they lived? They were living in the diggins?
They were living in the diggins.
Wow. Well, we're gonna head on to Mono Lake now, but this was a really fun stop. Frodo found some good sniffs, so he approves. Here's a look at Mono Lake from above. There's a viewpoint here on 395 as we came around the corner. And we are way high up, and looks like some weather is drifting down from the mountains. up, actually. It's pretty tiny. It's just like blue sky. We're right on the edge. There's clouds right above us and then like blue sky on our left. That's wild. Well, sadly, the visitor center today is closed, but we're going to check out these informational signs and see the best way to get down to the lake. And it's snowing on me. Not expected. Okay, visitor center is open from 10 to 4 Friday through Sunday. This is a Monday. So this is interesting. We were looking at the island and it was shiny and in the sun. It only appeared about 300 years ago, which is super recent geologically, as volcanic magma pushed the lake bottom up above the surface of the lake. And then the Black Island began 1700 years ago, and it is actual lava that pushed up. So we can't see the White Island yet, but there's the Black Island out there. We might have to go back to a different viewpoint since it's snowing too now, pretty heavily. Let's get out where I can see the White Island. You can see it shining over there. So we're heading to the South Tufa Towers, which is a 1 mile nature walk through the Tufa Towers, because we were just in a blizzard at the visitor center and that was going to be 2.4 miles. And look at this gorgeous view. And now we've escaped the snow briefly. Tufa Towers form when freshwater springs rich in calcium bubble up through carbonate-rich lake water. The calcium and carbonates react to form calcium carbonate salt deposit called tufa. So this is a limestone-like material that forms vertical towers with the spring water percolating up through them. Pets are allowed here, but drones are not. Between 1941 and 1982, Los Angeles was diverting water from streams that fed this lake. So not only was evaporation an issue for this lake here, but Los Angeles was diverting water. So 1951, this is where the lake was. And now we can see. So we're on a loop trail, and I don't know if it's 1 or 2 miles, but we're going to find out. And it's gorgeous and sunny right here. Woohoo! We're going to ignore that over there. So here's kind of a visual on how they formed underwater. And here is the Tufa Tower, which would have been underwater. Really cool. Let's go there. There's a boardwalk here. So it was like 39 degrees when we got here. Otherwise, you can actually get in this water and you'll be extra buoyant because of the salt. And I was actually hoping to do that, but there's no way I'm gonna dip myself in here at 39 degrees, sorry. Just wild, just like a landscape unlike any other. There's an osprey nest out there in the tufa. There are no fish in Mono Lake. The basis of the food chain here is algae and the brine shrimp and alkali flies, which feed on the algae and then in turn support a lot of birds. The ospreys we see nesting here would have to fly to nearby freshwater lakes or streams to catch their meals. Wow, in the spring and summer, 60,000 California gulls nest out here. It's 80% of the state's California gull population. So I don't know what the other stops are like, but I definitely recommend this South View or South Shore Tufa Tower. nature walk. Give yourself plenty of time. Just everywhere you look, there's just these amazing shapes. And with this breeze, hearing the waves is just so cool. The lake took 3 million years to form, as well, we kind of see it. And just in the little span of human existence, we've managed to reduce it greatly. Hopefully we protect this really unique place so that we can see it for generations to come. And for all of the other animals that rely on it, not just for people. We're going into the famous Schatz Bakery up here in Mammoth Lakes. We came here for guests and we thought we'd check it out. Their breakfast sandwiches look amazing, but we had turkey sandwiches that were absolutely delicious. And we also bought a ton of donuts that we're gonna have to eat over the next day or so. All right, we're taking a detour that was unplanned. We're going to Convict Lake because we've seen it on some of the videos we've followed so many times, and it looks beautiful. Well, you can see just why Convict Lake is such a popular destination. You can drive right to this gorgeous alpine lake surrounded by these beautiful snow-frosted mountains. Perfect. So you can actually hike all the way around Convict Lake, which sounds amazing, but this was not on our list to do it all. So we're gonna just hike a little ways down the trail. We've got another stop and we still have over 4 hours of driving, and it is afternoon, so this would be an incredible hike. What a little cutie. We're making a stop at Alabama Hills, and it is just off the hook with all these rock formations. It's so amazing. And I saw cactus blooming, and there's just some really pretty wildflowers here. There's Frodo and Dave. Look at this. It reminds me of Joshua Tree National Park. Look, this one looks like a foot. Look at this. It just goes on and on. Hi Frodo. Did you come to visit me? The rocks that make up Alabama Hills were actually eroded by groundwater while they were still underground in a process called chemical weathering. And then it was off to our next stop, which I'll show you in the next video.